Hello and welcome. I'm Lauren Lewis with Power for Parkinsons. Welcome to another edition of our Young Onset Circuit Training class. I'm so glad you're here with me today. We have a great class ready for you. We'll be doing 7 exercises, each exercise specifically designed to address a common symptom of Parkinson's. We're going to be doing 2 rounds. The first round are the exercises, each of them done for a minute. The second round, I'm going to add a little more of a challenge, and that's your choice to either stay with the first exercise as instructed or add the second part to it. Doesn't matter. Both are great. You will need some weights if you want to add a little more of a challenge, and if you don't have weights, you can always use water bottles or cans. You will need a mat or something to be on the floor. We'll be getting down in planks and bear holds. So you may want something to cushion those knees. And you want some water because we will be getting that heart rate up nice and high. So make sure that you stay safe. If you have a chair or exercise next to a wall nearby, just for assistance, for balance, that would be great. So I think we're ready to go. We're going to warm up nice and easy. Join me as we march in place. Just warming up our large muscle groups. We're going to inhale with our arms overhead. And exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. 2 more times. Good, and in place, we're going to bring the arms in front. And just trying to get that heart rate up nice and slowly and easy. Bring the arms overhead for a few times. Good, let's do 4 more of these. 1, 2, 3, and out to the side. Out. Good, we want to try to get a full range of motion here, not just bringing your arms out, but try to really extend. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Let's try to bring them slightly behind you, opening up the chest and shoulders, warming up that area as well. Good. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to bring that right leg in front and the left leg in front. And we're just reaching toward the toe, warming up and stretching out those hamstrings and glutes. Good, let's do 8 of these. 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's just, some easy butt kicks behind. We're trying to get that heel up behind you, keeping that knee facing the floor. Good, and 8 of these. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, bring it back to that march. Inhale and exhale. Last time. And all right, so we've got a pretty quick warm up, but we should be ready to go. We're going to grab your mat and grab your weights and begin. Our first exercise is a plank, swap, and drop. You're going to need 1 weight for this. If you don't have a weight or don't want to use a weight, that's fine too. We're going to get down onto the floor in a plank position. You can do this on your knees or in a full plank. You're going to take 1 weight and bring it to the outside of your hands. You're going to swap that weight with your opposite hand. Swap it and bring it all the way out to the side and drop it. Grab hold. We're crossing the midline. So we're using both sides of the brain by crossing the midline, and we're working on shoulder and hip and abdominals. If you want to modify this, you can use a chair. Same position right here. We're going to bring it to one side, pull it back here, and keep switching sides, back from right side to left side. We're going to put on our timer for 1 minute and practice our plank swap and drop. Remember to hold your belly nice and tight during this exercise. We're working on plank stability, on hip stability, and crossing the midline. Here we go. This feels pretty easy for you. Bring your feet in closer. If this feels still too easy for you, work on not shifting your hips right, left. Work on stabilizing your hips. That will give you a lot more core work. We're going to stay down on the mat here, and continuing on, we're going to be working on a bear hold. A bear is a quad position. You're on all fours. You're going to just gently lift your knees off the floor. Now, there's a lot of different modifications to this. Some of you are just going to work on holding the bear. This will give you strength in your core, which will make it, will give you better balance and better gait. So some of you are just going to stand here and work on holding the bear. You can hold it for 4 seconds, 5 seconds, drop it, come back up. Some of you, if you can already hold the bear in position, you're just going to hold it for that whole minute. And some of you may want to take that bear and walk it forward and walk it back. So you have 3 different options for the bear. Just working on holding it for the whole minute, or moving it. So I'm going to do variations of all 3. We're going to put on our timer and get working on our bear. If you choose to try to walk, think about using opposite hands and legs as you're moving.
Purchase your tracks today.
Tough, huh? All right, we're going to take stronger leg, your right leg, for most of you. Bring that directly in front of you, 90-degree angle. Both hands here, push down and come on up. The next exercise, you'll need another 1 weight. This is a back lunge with a press. We're going to be using opposite limbs to move. So if we're going to move our right leg back, that means we're going to use our left arm up. So we're going to stand here and go back, and then come up, and then switch. Go back into a back lunge, come up, and do a press. We are reminding ourselves to use contralaterally to move back with opposite muscles. We're strengthening our legs, and that upper body press is great for posture and range of motion. All symptoms of Parkinson's. So let's put on our music and our timer and work on our back lunge with a press. That back leg nice and far back so you have 90-degree angles in both. Working on stride as well.
Purchase your tracks today.
Great job. The next exercise is a wood chop. We're going to start off again. We're still using one weight. Start off on one side. You don't have to use a weight. Starting off with one side, start on your right hip. We're going to take that wood chop and come up over your head and come back down to the other side. We're working on trunk rotation to fight off rigidity. We're working on core and balance as well. So arms start on one side. They come up over your head. Try not to bring it in front of you, way over your head, and then down to the side. Trunk rotation. Up, around, and down. Here we go. Music and timer. All right, you really feel, I felt like I really stretched out my body. That felt like a great exercise to me. The next exercise we're going to be working on is a squat to a star position. So what I mean by that is, I'm going to hold two weights, again, your choice. Legs are together, we'll start off with a squat. I'm going to sit back in that invisible chair, sitting back, and then we're going to come down into a full extension star position. Down and up. We're working on shifting of weight, which is important for balance. We're working on range of motion, extending all of your limbs at once, and of course working on posture, getting your chest open, pulling your shoulders back. So let's really practice that as we put on our timer and our music, our squat to star position. Here we go.
Purchase your tracks today.
All right, I'm going to put down these weights. You can continue holding your weights if you'd like. We're going to go over to a wall, and now we're going to be working on a wall squat with a rear deltoid, rear shoulder rotation. This is all about posture and leg strength. Sitting on the wall, sitting back onto the wall, make sure your shoulders are touching. How low you go depends on your strength. Some of you may stay right here, that's fine. Some of you can come down a little lower. Do not go below 90 degrees. I'm going to ask you to hold your elbows close to the wall, 90 degrees here, and we're going to rotate open and close. And even without weights, you're going to feel this in that shoulder, in that back of shoulder, and well, the entire shoulder, but mostly in the back of your shoulder. This is, and by holding the squat, it's a lot of leg strength. So 1 minute's going to feel like a really long time. Let's put on our timer and our music and work on our wall squats with rear delt rotation. Here we go. Open up and down. Try to get your wrists against the wall. Try to keep the elbows close to you. They will shift as you do this. Keep them close. Just a few more seconds to go. All right, to get yourself off the wall, put your hands on the wall and lift yourselves up. It's the safest way to get off the wall. All right, our last exercise is strictly cardio. We're gonna do skaters. Skater is a side hop, a lateral hop. You have your choice. You can jump. You don't have to jump. Just moving side to side will do it. The purpose of this is to move fast, forced exertion. We're gonna put on some lively music and just go right, left for a full minute. Here we go. Don't stop, keep walking. Walk it off, walk it off, walk it off. So that was our first round. Give yourselves a hand, you did it. Here's a good place to put pause, grab some water, get your heart rate down, and decide whether you want to do the second round with an additional aspect to each one, or whether you just want to do that same round again. Either are great. So if you're going to join me for our second round, remember our first round started with a plank, swap, and drop. You can do those on the chair or on the floor or even on your knees. But this time, we're going to add some legs to it. So we're going to come on down. We're going to start with that here. We're going to do the same swap and drop as we did before. Swap, drop, swap, drop, and now we're going to add a crossover leg jump. Crossover, crossover. Swap, drop, swap, drop, and here come the legs. Crossover, crossover. By adding the crossover legs, we're adding a lot more leg, a lot more balance, and again, still working on that crossing of the midline, using the brain more fully. So let's put on our music and our timer, and you have your choice. You can give up the legs and just do the swap drop, or add the legs as well. Let's give it a shot.
Purchase your tracks today.
Extra leg thing really got to me. I hope it did to you too. It adds a lot more strength and just makes it more interesting. Second exercise is that bear hold, and again, you have your choice. There's a lot of different levels. Some of you are still just working on holding that bear hold. Good for you, stay there. Some of you are going to hold it for the whole minute. The new part that I'm adding, or you're walking forward and back. If you are walking forward and back, make sure that you're using opposite limbs. Right and left leg work together. Then we're going to stop at the bottom and just do arm cross taps. So let's do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then walk or hold, and then do 4 more shoulder taps. So that's going to look like this. Either walk or hold, whatever, and then do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then either hold it, drop and hold, and do some more. By adding that shoulder tap, we're adding the crossing of the midline again, but we're really working on balance, strengthening upper body and a lot of balance. You're going to feel this a lot in your core. So let's get that weight out of our way and work on our second exercise, the bear hold cross tap. I love that one. I hope you did too. We're going to take that stronger leg, bring it all the way in front, hands on your thigh, lift yourself up, grab your weight again for this, or not, for the next exercise, the back lunge with the arm, overarm press. But this time we're going to add a crunch. So if you're going to step back with that right leg, you're going to come up with the press, and then we're going to add a cross press. Step back, come up to the press, and add the crunch. To make it just a little more fun, don't put that leg down, come up to the press, and crunch. Your choice, stay at your level, make sure you stay safe. Music and timer, let's go. Was a little easier than the last two exercises. How did it feel for you? All right, the next exercise is the wood chop. This time, because this is the purpose of this for our purpose. Now, it's a great shoulder exercise. It's a great core exercise. For our purposes, it's really about trunk rotation. So I'm going to add a little more trunk rotation. You're going to hold that weight and start with 2 taps. 1, 2, and on the third one, you come up and around, and then 3. 1, 2, 3, and up and around. It's 2 taps. 1, 2, up and around. 1, 2, up and around. So we're adding 2 taps up and around, and we've got that big wood chop in between. All right, let's put our timer and music on and work on this. Again, you can just do the wood chops with the circle. Both are perfect. Here we go. Nice work. We're going to do that squat to a star, but this time we're going to add an out and in squat. What I mean by that is, let's grab my weights. I'm going to start with our squat in, as we did. We went from here to here last time. Now we're going to go from here to here to here to here. So it's out, in, and then we go to the other side. In, out, in, open, in, out, in, open, in, out, in, open. If this confuses you, that pattern is difficult, continue with the out, in, in. We're going to put our timer on and our music and give this one a really hard try. Here we go. Woo, that last one really gets into both your front and the back of your legs. Great job. Hopefully you felt that as I did. The next exercise is the wall squat with the rear rotation. You can use light weights for this as you're doing this. The addition to this is a heel lift. So you're going to come back in the same position you were, as low or as high as you can handle with your knees. Make sure your knees are directly in front of you, not over your toes. Your elbows are close to your waist, and we rotate out and in. The difference or the addition here is a lifting of the heels. You may want to lift one heel at a time, or both, or just give up the heels completely and work on the wall squat with the rear rotation. So we're going to put on our timer and our music and work on it. Here we go. By adding the heel lifts, we're strengthening our calves. Strengthening the calves gives you better gait, less likely to shuffle. Arms at 90. You may have to readjust your toes. They do slide. Thank goodness we're almost done. And done. Hands on the wall before you get up. Help yourselves up. And all right. The last round, the last exercise is the skaters. This is strictly about cardio. I'm going to get this out of the way so I have room. And we're just going to go lateral jumps side to side. I'm not making this any harder. That's up to you. We're going lateral steps or jumps. Nice and quick, forced exertion. Get that heart rate up. Here we go. Low impact is here. Nice and quick. High impact is here. Either way, get that heart rate up. Come on.
Purchase your tracks today.
off, walk it off. Do not stop. Deep inhale. Exhale. Please do not stop. Just keep walking it off. I'm just going to sidestep here till I get my heart rate down. Nice job. Give yourselves another thumbs up. Pat on the back. Great job. Deep inhale with me. Exhale slowly. Good. I'm going to slide this chair over so we can stretch. Whoop. Oh, that worked out. I'm going to sit nice and we'll start off with our quad. Grab hold of the chair, bring that knee behind you. Try to keep that knee facing the floor and your heel close to you. If this stretch doesn't work for you, then you can take that same leg and slide it all the way back behind you, bend it. Put all your weight on the chair so that you're not using this as a strengthening exercise, but rather a lengthening exercise. We want to lengthen this muscle right here, the front of your quad, of your leg. So we're just going to hold it right here for maybe another 10 seconds. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And let's do that same thing on the other side. I'm going to grab hold from behind. Try to keep that knee facing the floor and your hip extended, not bent. If this, again, is difficult for you, take that same leg and slide it behind you. Bend at the knee. Hold on to the chair or whatever you're holding on to so that you're not putting stress or strengthening, but not putting weight on that. You're really just lengthening those muscles. Nice work. And again, we're going to hold for a good 10 seconds. Keep breathing nice and deeply. 4 and 3, 2 and 1. I'm going to sit for the next exercises. You're welcome to stand. I'm going to take one leg over, cross it at the thigh. You can do this standing, holding onto your chair. Sitting back as if there were a chair behind you, stretching out your glutes. Sitting back. I find for me, with my hips, this is a better exercise, a better stretch for me. And I'm just gonna, once again, just lean forward so I'm increasing that angle and hold. 10 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Same exercise, other leg, bring it all the way up. Try to keep that knee out to your side. Lean gently, slowly into it. So you're really getting into your glutes, your back muscles. Leaning into it and hold another 10 seconds. Deep breath in for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's just stretch out your hamstrings along with your glutes, one leg in front. The other leg is bent, leaning forward. Don't drop your head. Keep your head nice and high. Hand anywhere but the kneecap. Thigh is fine, shin is fine, chair is fine. Anywhere but the kneecap. Push your chest forward, not your head, and hold. Nice and easy, deep breath. Feel those muscles lengthening. They're happy that you're stretching. They worked very hard today. And release, switch sides. One leg is bent, the other leg straight, directly in front, toe is up. Leaning into it with your chest, hinging at your hip, not rounding out your back, and just lengthen those muscles. These feel great. For another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and roll up. Both arms overhead, big stretch. Feel every muscle in your body lengthening. Feel your abdominals, your shoulders, your back, your chest. Feel everything lengthening, stretching, lifting as high as you can. Drop your shoulders, drop your arms. Thank you so much for working out with me today. I had a great time. I hope you did too. There's a little thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up if you let other people know that you enjoyed it. Tell us what you thought of today's exercise. Tell us where you're exercising from. It's always fun to hear where our community is reaching us from. So let us know more about you. As we learn more about you, we learn more about what you need and want. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.